So, if you have heard of the Master of Science in Instructional Design and Technology at Quinnipiac, but had some questions, I wanted to create a quick presentation to explain a little bit about our program. So, what is instructional design? Some of you might know, and some of you maybe have never heard of it, but you've likely experienced instructional design if you've ever sat through a high school class, a college class, any kind of class or training. If you've watched a TikTok or YouTube video explaining how something works or how to do something, if you've ever developed a personal curriculum, you've been using your own instructional design process. Instructional design is a field where we develop instruction, we develop any kind of training, learning materials, and learning resources. It's both a science and an art because it combines cognitive science and learning science, what we know about how people actually learn, with design theory and best practices in developing multimedia and engaging content. Instructional design does not always rely on technology, but more and more in our technology-enabled world, we're seeing the need to develop products that include technology. So we look at how we can leverage multimedia and emerging technologies like VR, AR, and AI into how we teach. What specifically do we focus on in the instructional design program at Quinnipiac University? We focus on learner-centered design, really trying to figure out who our learners are, get some empathy for those learners, and try to understand exactly what they need to know. We teach both traditional and modern instructional design approaches, so we always go back to the ADDIE process, which is one of the most popular instructional design models, and we also talk about things like design thinking approach, which is a little bit more modern and more rapid development. We are always incorporating technology where appropriate. We expose students to lots of different tools, but also we teach the foundational skill of how to find and evaluate new tools and how to teach ourselves tools because the tools are rapidly changing in this field. We combine both theory and practice into real world projects, and our program focuses on curiosity, experimentation, and play. Our program is taught by lots of qualified faculty. We have full-time faculty as well as adjuncts. Our adjuncts are working in the field of instructional design in all different kinds of environments, universities, K-12 schools, and in corporate learning environments. Where do our graduates work after they graduate? You can see instructional designers in universities, K-12 school environments, businesses and corporations, museums, other nonprofits, and in healthcare organizations. Our students are well qualified to step into instructional design entry-level jobs, and we prepare you for applying both that, taking that theory and applying it and putting it into practice. How is our program structured? So we offer a master's in instructional design, which is 10 courses. We also offer a certificate, which is just 3 courses, and both of those are focused on instructional design and technology. Our courses are 100% online and built in Canvas, the learning management platform. The classes are flexible. There's no required time that you have to be online to learn. Again, the master's is 30 credits, so that's 10 courses, with the certificate being just 3 courses for 9 credits. Those 9 credits of the certificate, if you complete the certificate and want to continue on to your master's, those credits will all transfer over. We offer courses on a year-round schedule, so we have start dates in the fall, spring, and summer. Our fall and spring semesters are 14 weeks long, with our summer being just 12 weeks. What kind of courses would you take in our program? Every student starts off with a self-guided online student orientation that prepares you to be a learner in the online environment and also for graduate level work. There's a foundations course, which will teach you about the field of instructional design as well as the approach that we use to develop instruction. There's a required core of classes, which has 2 courses focused on cognitive science and 2 courses focused on multimedia design. And from there, you get to pick 4 electives in all different kinds of topics, including emerging tech, video development, HTML, accessibility, several different courses to choose from. And then finally, at the end, you will complete either a capstone course where you work on one project for the entire semester or an internship where you get to gain some experience working in the field. What is it like to learn online with us? It's not an isolating experience where you're just sitting at home alone with your computer, never speaking to other students or your faculty. Our courses are designed with engaging multimedia resources, lots of learning activities that are fun and apply to the real world, interaction with your peers in text and video formats, and prompt and thorough feedback from your faculty members. And what do we do to help our students prepare our students for success? Like I said, our program is grounded in both the theory and the applications. You get to learn the theory behind design decisions as well as how to use it in the real world. You'll get some hands-on technology development skills. We do resume and portfolio reviews and development at the end of the program. You develop your portfolio starting at the beginning of the program and add to it in every single course that you take. We prepare students with mock interviews, and we have a wonderful, amazing, supportive community of current students, faculty, and alumni who stay connected on social media and in regular webinars that we hold in the spring semester. We also provide job hunting resources for our alumni and are constantly putting people in contact with one another from the program and with job opportunities. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email at kristen.bergalt@qu.edu, and I look forward to telling you even more about the program.